Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 1 in the Symphogear GX reaction series. It's a new chapter today, please be excited, we're jumping into the next season of Symphogear, season 3. We're almost at the halfway point, that's pretty exciting. Just going to take the opportunity to thank everybody that's been watching so far. I like the support on the series, very active on Discord, it's been very nice. And it helps that the show's really good too, so I look forward to recording it every single Friday. Now this episode probably won't be delayed, but the other ones this week, Monogatari and Lain, have been, just because I was sick earlier in the week. It is what it is, so that's probably contributing to this only being the one episode as well, even though I generally just do the one episode when starting something new, because there'll be a new opening to look at, there'll be a new ending to look at, there'll be new things, new notes, new production style. Maybe. We'll see. That's actually something that I want to say right off the bat. I'm a little bit spoiler conscious into looking into staff and staff changes between seasons, so I'm not going to do it. But if you guys think anything's particularly relevant with changes between staff from G to GX, then any data on that would be appreciated. As always, I'm just going to have a quick little look at the comments from last week, from episode 13 and the OVAs, just to see what you guys thought about the conclusion, any thoughts and feelings on that, and kind of summarizing them a little bit. So first point here, we have Luna, who confirmed that the song at the end, kind of the credit song at the end of 13, was the Kanade Tsubasa concert song from the very start of the show, kind of bringing it all full circle, instead re-recorded with a lot of different vocalists. There's also the letter at the end of the last OVA. It's kind of a reference to a B-side of Kirika's character song single. It wasn't used in any of the show, but it's essentially the letter that she wanted to leave behind when she thinks that she's going to be overtaken by Fine, so it's embarrassing for that to be found by Shirabe in the end. Vincent comes through with an important detail as well, saying that the submarine base can separate from its command center and has parachutes even though it's a submarine. That's just Symphogear things, I love that. Just put stupid bullshit everywhere, I love it. Bamps goes into a little what I was talking about during the episode itself, kind of Chris's arc coming full circle in a way. A huge part of her stuff this season is needing to belong, become part of a group, going to school, learning that she can, be, essentially, that she doesn't need to kind of carry the sins of the past. But this comes back through every time she sees Solomon's cane used, she knows that she was responsible for it, essentially. So in the finale, her using Solomon's cane as not just a tool for murder, but a tool for saving, kind of makes it all okay in the end. It's a pretty decent piece of writing, I think. I like that Mari is involved here as well, again, giving some purpose to what she's been doing this whole time. Saving, right? It was all worth it in the end because we saved the world, essentially. A couple of people said this, but I'm going to shout out Bamps. Shade Stitcher is actually a ninjutsu technique, so Tsubasa learned it from Ogawa. So we've seen Tsubasa use it before, but it's actually, Ogawa's just a ninja. I don't understand how it all works, but sure. Silent comes through with a comment, just kind of explaining the Fine situation again with Ryoko. Yeah, I'm of the understanding that Ryoko is no longer part of the whole thing anymore. It's just a bit confusing with the newish Fine that we got. This, not even new, it's kind of the old Fine that was, just a little bit nicer. I don't know, it's weird. But then that side isn't thoroughly explored in the show, and I just think it's bad. I don't know, this is about where I'm at on it. Unless Fine comes back in a big way, it's somehow, and there's some more depth into that, it's very, very rushed, and I think probably one of the poorer parts of the show. That's about where I'm at on it. Kasogtha comes through with a big old comment about episode 13. First shouting out Mom's chair, which is apparently, there's some lore about it actually being a mech. So it's within the canon, so it's fine. Goes into something that I really didn't catch at all because I'm not a big magical girl head. Kind of inventive use of transformation barriers, something that Maria slows down to protect everybody else instead of just flash transforming. Kind of invoking that one part of Hibiki from episode 6, where she can slow down the speed of the transformation to manipulate it. Think about it from episode 1, Hibiki, where it was this whole horrific thing with the monster energy and everything, and go through to, when she just does it like that. Again, there's the better you are with the Symphogear, the more you can control this transformation sequence, I believe. Apparently, Kirika's last big old move is called Last Butcher Neverland. So, Take from that what you will, I guess. Again, goes into my whole theory about the two hands meeting and then punching the big bad. Again, it's both hand holding and attacking in a fast, short, straight line that protects other people from danger. It is essentially Hibiki in big dumb anime attack form. Also, Miku throws that Solomon's cane like a javelin so far, and then shouts out Lydian's track and field team, which must have been pretty good. Just one little comment on the OVA that hadn't been said before as well, which was that Equilibrium was the DVD that Genjiro gave to Chris. It's a famous gun kata movie, so of course she liked it, considering her affinity for guns and that. Apparently she even uses some moves from it in her big fight against Tsubasa as well, but I haven't seen the movie, I cannot comment. Ultra Random D Internet comes through with a couple takes here, kind of just predictive really. Says, you'll see more of Ogawa in the future, so that's good. We like Ogawa. And for next season, prepare for the magical girl bullshit you will see. I'm excited. This sounds good. This is only a good thing. M. Marsh also shouts out the throwing of Solomon's cane into the portal. It's so extra and unnecessary, but it's also very Symphogear. And this is why we love it, right? We love the extra. That's what we love. Vitali Kuzmin says we're destroying the big bad with the power of hand-holding, which I appreciate as well. Again, big old douche. Kind of probably my favorite moment, or one of my favorite moments in the series. Just a awesome spectacle, really. We're in like another dimension and all 6 girls are punching the dude. It's just awesome. I don't know what to tell you. And Bonnie with the last couple comments here. I think my favorite small moment of characterization is when Hibiki congratulates and welcomes back Chris from her side quest to get back Solomon's cane. It's like Hibiki never doubted Chris's loyalties for a second. I love their dynamics so much. I believe Bamps kind of broke this down on the Discord as well. Again, it's these really great, small, quick Symphogear scenes about, it's all about character framing and little stuff in the foreground that we miss and that kind of thing. Again, packed full of detail. And seeing this kind of stuff broken down is always nice. Oh, speaking of the Discord, I will bring up, what was his name? Fukusha Guren was talking a little bit about the subs. So there's been some conjecture about the subs as we go further into the series, and if I should stick with D-Truck or go to, I think it's a modified discotheque. Yeah, to switch to the H&D resubs for GX and the Yamete Tomete for AXZ and XV. Which, sure, they're just letters at this point, honestly. And then I think they went to the spoiler channel to discuss it a little bit more, but I don't know what the conclusion there was. I'm going to stick with D-Truck, and if I get an overwhelming amount of support for me to switch to the H&D resubs for GX, then I'll do so. If not, I'll just keep with D-Truck. It's been pretty good so far, I think. There's been a couple little things that I would change, but it's fine. It's getting the job done, I think, at any rate. I know that in my subsets right now, I have Komi, Crunchyroll, AEST, and D-Truck. So if I would need to download something else, I will. But either way, we'll see if that's particularly relevant. And then last little comment here from Bonnie. The OVAs are great since they are canon and so many references to main seasons, unique art style, extra characterization. This is something that I noticed and kind of lamented from the main season of Symphogear. They kind of cut out a lot of the slice-of-lifey stuff that you would expect from this kind of genre, I would say. And something that I really wanted around the school festival time. So we kind of get that through the OVAs, which is nice. So I shouldn't fret. I've got my little slice-of-lifey character interaction stuff. It's just packaged up at the end of the season outside of the content that we see like week to week. You know what I mean? It's there. You just got to dig a little bit, and that's fine. So I won't really dive into a recap from last episode because it's not really relevant, considering that half of it was OVAs, and the other half was essentially just a big spectacle battle where we won, essentially. Maria, Kirika, Shirabe, they run off into the sunset. Ver's in prison. All the girls are fine and going back to Lydian. It's all sweet. And again, there's no real tease for a season 3 because they didn't know that it would happen. Either way, I've got somebody to send me, I think it was Bamps again, yes, to send me the GX key visual, something that won't be as spoilerific as the one for G, hopefully. And yeah, it's spoiler tagged right now. I'm going to do my first impressions for it right on screen right now. Pop it up on screen for everybody else, and I'm going to look over here for a while and look at this key visual. So, first thing I notice is that all my girls are back. That's good. That's a great news. I think that's Mari in the back, I believe. And then Kirika and Shirabe in the foreground, of course. Hibiki front and center, punching the screen, as you do. She's Hibiki. She is wont to punch at the screen. Chris down at the bottom right there, and then Tsubasa in the background. They all look very determined, so something is afoot. There is surely going to be a series of events in this season. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, let's focus on the one different thing. Well, there's two actually. I'll go into the first one, the most obvious one, which is the background there. That is a new character, somebody that has their eyes kind of glazed over, and a big old dumb hat by the looks of it, and we love a big old dumb hat. I would imagine that this is going to be our antagonistic force. Again, there's some humanity here that I see. I see another sympathetic villain as opposed to maybe like a Fine from season 1 who wasn't very sympathetic at all. The other thing that I'm looking at is whatever the hell is behind them. So it kind of looks like space up in the top of it a little bit, but also there's gears and stuff down the bottom, like not like Sympho gears, but like literal gears. Are we going to some steampunk nightmare? I hope so. That would be awesome. But maybe it's just a spaceship or something. Maybe we continue our little space theme there. I can't quite read the text at the bottom, but I'm sure I will eventually. Got that little different line that we get from each Symphogear season to the next. Let's move on to a little bit of predictions. So I would imagine that this season will start relatively happily, with some kind of status quo being established before it being kind of shook on its head by the end. Again, similar to G. Again, similar to both the first season and G, what we're also going to see is a concert. I think this is a theme that they're going to continue, that we'll then see a concert at the first episode of every season. And as always, they put a lot of budget into it, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think it's going to be awesome. Or they won't, and they'll put their budget into something else. Again, Symphogear G started off with an absolute banger episode, so I have my expectations high for this one. Hopefully they get met. Again, just re-establishing and reintroducing the characters. I think that's all we're going to do in this first episode. Just my shill stuff before I jump right into it as well. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation, comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you would like me to follow you back. And the Discord, join the Discord. Love the Discord. Comment about Symphogear GX on the Discord. Suggest new shows for the next poll on the Discord. Lots of stuff on the Discord. And yeah, we're going to jump into the first episode of Symphogear GX right now. Rightio, got the first episode of Symphogear GX up here ready to go. Let me pop that up on screen. 23 minutes and 40 seconds on this one, and I see like some fire on screen or something. So very cool, we're jumping right into the action. And yeah, using the D-Truck subs, unless there's a huge kind of wave of support for the other. Either way, can give it a 3, 2, 1. Radio. 3, 2, 1. Go. Okay. Spaceship crashing? What is happening? Lunar fragment? Oh yeah, Ulaanbaatar? Is this a skip ahead? Okay. So pieces of the frontier are still in orbit. What? Okay, so we're getting back Mom's remains? Okay. Okay. So what are we gonna do? He's popping off. Alright, so we're still underwater, we're still in our submarine. Are these Americans? No. I think the missile has somebody in it if I had to make a guess. Yeah, okay, this is cool. How much extra can we go, honestly? Why don't more people talk about Symphogear? It's just cool. Like, obviously, look at this. They're surfing on rockets in space. And they're gonna save a crashing rocket ship. And I'm, like, 2 minutes in. Okay, so they're, like, shooting to reverse the... I don't think that would work. Anyway. Oh, dude, I love the, Oh, these three, too. I love the noodles guy. And yeah, it's got Mum's corpse on board, right? Oh, look at that sword. That's sick. Karakogram? Oh yeah, they have to keep them, like, kind of, like, separated, right? That was at the end of last season. She certainly did. She died, like, 4 times. I love how just into it we are, too. We don't mess around. And it's so much of a, like super continuation of what we just saw. Wait, are they crashing into K2? Oh my god. Okay. Is this gay? Yeah, it seems like it's kind of gay. Are they gonna blow up K2? Are you gonna need to punch that mountain down? Okay. We made it. Okay, we punched a hole through the mountain to make... That's stupid. That's so dumb. So this kind of reminds me of the train from G, episode 1. We're just punching our way through the mountains, for sure. Yeah, easy as. Oh god, there's a town in the way. I can't punch my way through them. She's probably killed, like, hundreds of people. Oh, the singing. It's the most extra thing I've seen in my entire life. Fuck off. No. We did it. Noodles guy never in doubt. Hibiki's dead. No, she's not. Nah, that's pretty on character. Miracle. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Just did the slippy slide down. Okay. Sure. Okay. They're called Song? Okay. Thank you, blue friend. Okay, it's been 3 months since then. Oh, okay. That's nice. We're moving up in the world. I was 1 day left to retirement. The port of Yokohama, and it was lost. Okay. Again, wasting no time. Hello? Are you new? Yes, you are new. What? Delivering this? To who? Oh, who is this flamboyant person? Well, I like her. Yeah, she's cool. Okay, that was, again, very quick. We're really not slowing up on the pacing. Are these summer uniforms? Oh, everyone's at school. Hello. Oh, just two good friends. It's two mates. Do it to Hibiki. Yeah, just... Why are you getting so embarrassed? Just go find someone else for yourself. The girls are back. Oh yeah, parent-teacher interviews. Work on Sundays? Oh, I could go for a swim actually right now. I guess I'll mention it first here. I'm going on like a holiday start of March, so there won't be videos for like a week. But anyway, I'll talk about that more closer to the actual date. Acting cheerful though. Nah, she's just acting like Hibiki. I like the summer uniforms a lot. Very high sleeves. What is this? Oh, they're having a little party. Oh, great. Okay, so it's Tsubasa performing. And this is how we're getting our performance. Oh, I thought you were going to be a little tsundere about it, but you weren't. Oh, great. Okay, so it's like a repeat of G. Nothing bad happened to the last concert, so it was fine. Just two absolute stars, too. This is exactly what I wanted. Oh, look how cool the stage is. Yeah. Yeah, this hidden. Hey, look, it's the Tower Bridge, I think. Hello? We got the water effects? Oh, they're like... Oh god, the chorus there, too. They're like water skating. I love the summery feel of it. Because G had a real wintry feel. Stardust. Infinite. This is Disney on, like, on ice. But for cool people. So I've already got a couple of songs to read as well, which is great. Oh, two galaxies meeting. And then like an intersection. Sick. Yeah, that did not disappoint. It was really good. I want to watch it again. But what will happen at the concert? Symphogear have a concert happen with no tragedy challenge. Impossible. Characters that are literally you. Oh, she's crying. Wasn't that good? Come on. Why? Okay. What? A literal idol? Okay, so she's kind of like on house arrest and then is an idol sometimes. Is that what I'm getting from this? Okay. Okay, but what about our bad people? This looks pretty bad. Somebody just flipped a coin and then shot it, and it curved a bullet. That seemingly is just fuel. Why? Conflagration? Does that mean a fire? Just a few. Okay, girls. My question... Oh, okay, they're not coming. But, like, later... Oh, the pants. They're not coming... Like, who's gonna beat this team now, right? We're gonna need somebody extremely powerful. I don't like mannequins, by the way. It's true. Tainted Hero? Is this a different person again? How many girls in this shit? Soul suckage. Yeah, we got him. Yeah, she's cool too. Bullet reflector. What even dancing style is that? Because her colors are like Riverdance. It's giving me Riverdance. Okay. But why did you destroy that gas truck before? And there's the witch from the poster? Is that a different character again? How many damn characters in this shit? Okay, was it to set off a fire, I guess, for the gas truck? Okay, whatever you say. I guess Maria doesn't have a relic now either. But she still is sick. I did not like that either. Oh god, she's gonna die. Okay, bye. New transformation sequence, maybe? Let's see. Yes. Great. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's like the relic fragments. It's funny because they had such a bad implication last season. Now it's just, oh yeah, fine. No comment on the arse zoom in either, but anyway. Yeah. A third song. We singing a lot. Yeah, I can hear some singing. Faintly in the distance. How are you going to avoid that? Oh, yes, of course. Thanks, Tsubasa. My friend? Hey, yo. Auto scorer? What does this mean? Again, the sing response stuff. Okay, thanks for the data. What is everybody trying to do? I guess they're after that box. Even if these two people were related, I'm guessing they are. Just saving people. I like that. Okay. Hello. Firefighter. Yeah, this song slaps. I'm sorry. How you even get your leg like that? That's crazy. Oh shit, she's Darth Maul. Oh, blue flame Darth Maul. Oh, okay, that's sick. Moonlit fiery wind blades. If I could speak, god damn it. Okay, but what were they doing? She's an auto scorer. What do you mean by this? Nah, we found him. Yeah, get him to the hospital. Cool. Alright, all's well that ends well. Okay. Hello, witch. Oh, she's cool too. Tools of the devil. Oh shit! Is this like way in the past? Oh, Carol. I feel like I've heard that name before. Okay. But when was that? Why? I mean, I know why, but... No, shut up. I think you got more than you bargained for there, Hibiki. Okay, cool, sassy witch. I don't think she's a human. More users. Oh, monster? What do you mean by this? Okay. Whatever you say. Oh, and then we had Miracle at the very start of the episode as an idea. Is Hibiki gonna die? Slaughter of Miracles or Slaughterers of Miracles? And just for good measure, one more song. I imagine this is the opening, it generally is. Dubstep? Kind of. Yeah, that was it felt like I watched 4 episodes in one. So again, the pacing is purposeful. It always has been. I kind of love the production here. They kind of hold back the drums a lot before bringing them back in. Okay, lots of elements garden. The choir vocals are doing it for me. I can't wait to see the visual accompaniment to this. But that'll have to wait for next week, of course. Wonder if we have any post-credit stuff. Believe in justice and hold a determination to fist. Okay, jumping into a bit of analysis on episode 1 of Symphogear GX. Rightio, so what did I think about that first episode? Again, very quick. I'll always repeat it about Symphogear. It'll never not be quick. But yeah, very enjoyable. Huge spectacle, like straight off the bat. Again, I'm thinking this is very similarly structured to G, where, hey, it's going to be a huge action set piece to start, accompanied with a song. We're going to save somebody. That's going to spur off something that'll then propel the plot forward, and then we'll skip ahead a little bit, or not quite. In G, we didn't, but we then skipped ahead a little bit here. There was a concert that we watched after establishing the status quo a little bit with Kirika and Shirabe going to school. The concert happens, either post-concert or during concert, something bad occurs, something's brewing in the background, and it comes to fruition. There are seemingly four new girls, I'm gonna say. There's the small one that's running away with the it looks kind of like a music box, but probably has something more important inside, maybe like a Pandora's box type situation. There was the one that was chasing her with the coins and the guns. There was the one that had the sword and did almost like a river dance thing. And then there was Carol, who I think was the only one that was named, and the one that was on the poster as well. So we can imagine that Carol is important. I'll talk a little bit about character design and sympathy a little bit later on. And seemingly going for an idea of miracles. That's our first idea of the season, I would say. As you can see on screen, we kind of jump straight into it. Like it just starts. There's no establishing shots, no nothing. It's just the action starts. Again, very Symphogear, but if you're used to watching other things, and yeah, it's it's not so typical. What was the show I watched last night? The Fire Hunter? Yeah, very slow show. So like contrasting that with this is quite funny to me. Either way, I should stop rambling because I'm a little bit short on time. What do I have? About 50, 60 minutes, we'll say. So I'll just jump in now. As always, I've got my little pen stuff here too, if I wanted to do that stuff too. So yeah, we zoom out immediately. So music starts, and then bunch of dialogue. Like, I don't even know how you're supposed to comprehend all of it straight off the bat. So the projected crash site is near Ulaanbaatar. It's a highly populated area. Okay. So they need the UN's permission to do something like this. Maybe this is why they transition into song later on, so they don't need to go through such kind of red tape and that kind of thing to initiate a save. So a UN group was sent to a piece of space debris from the frontier, and then they found some heretical technology, as well as Again, Mum. Professor Mum. So that then becomes the emotional stakes. We need to get Mum's corpse back. Mum was a good comrade, and she deserves a proper burial. So again, that's why we're trying so hard. A big part of it, anyway, along with saving the 2 astronauts. I'm not going to read all of this, I'm just skimming it. After the conference, among 15 executive commissioners, the result was 13 approvals to 2 disapprovals. So one country keeps disapproving of what's going on, but they seemingly looked American to me, so maybe it continues to be America, just a thorn in people's sides, but I don't know, maybe we get a different country. We are talking about the UN now, we are talking about, like, we're the international song division, we're going to save everybody, the whole world. So yeah, show these pencil pushes what we can do. Maybe, yeah, they've become song to escape this red tape. Notice that when the fires were going off, even, I think it was implied to be in London, they were able to act without somebody telling them to act first. You know what I mean? Genjiro just sent them in. So then we shoot a missile, because of course we do. And then your little clue here is, if you're paying attention to Symphogear at all, as soon as they say a missile, they're shooting us down, and it says big unknown on the screen, you kind of go, like, hey, this missile, I don't really think it's going to be, like, full of explosives. Well, kind of is, but you know what I mean. Then we hear Hibiki's voice come in, don't give up on living, and we transition into our first song of the episode, where there's 4. Begin the song, begin the beat, let the sound of hope ring out, and it is, what's a word for a duet but with 3 people? Because that's what it is, right? We have Tsubasa, Chris, and Hibiki all singing to open the season. Very, very welcome, I like it. Urging all who hear to not give up on living, show them the start of a fiery dream. Blast out, this miracle is the real deal! Okay, alright, are we doing a similar thing to G? We're going to try to call out Hibiki on her hypocrisy a little bit, on the idea of a miracle, and believing, and we should always believe, because in the end of this, she's thankful for the miracle that let her have the Symphogear, but again, Carol doesn't believe in miracles. She is the slaughterer of miracles, right? I imagine that she wanted a miracle to save her dad and didn't probably receive it, and now has become jaded to the whole thing. Are we going to do that whole character arc again? I would imagine no. Every single time I've tried to predict something like this with Symphogear, we've gone in a completely different direction, so I imagine not. This thing is almost as wild a ride as Yukine. Pause. Hey, yo. Then show me how well you can handle me. Hey, yo! Senpai? Hey, yo! Anyway, you know what I mean, I'm being funny. So again, I'm no physicist, but I don't imagine that firing 2 beams in the opposite direction of a rocket would do much. But anyway, it may slow it down slightly, I guess. So the projected crash site has been recalculated away from the really populated area before, and we're going to hit K2 instead. So Karakoram range. Karakoram range. I cannot speak. I am white. Anyway, this is like in Pakistan, right? Or at least that whole area of like China into Pakistan into Nepal. That whole zone, right? And we get 3 familiar faces watching on. Of course, they have some investment considering Mum's involvement. They are also kind of not incarcerated, but they're being kept like in isolation just for a little bit until they can let them out. I think Maria ends up taking the brunt of the blame for everything, and that's why she still has those 2 security dudes following her around. What is it that your hands are made to grasp? Just holding on probably won't cut it. What is it your hands are made to protect? I can feel the spark that will illuminate our future. Talk about hands. Talk about grip. What do you hold? Is there something in your hands that can spark this future? So we also see Tsubasa has made like a giant sword, and she's using that as like a way to propel it backwards. I think this would be more effective as a stopgap to helping a rocket like stop falling from orbit. Now let's pull the trigger and launch into a new age, start the countdown to the future of legends. You're not alone in your soaring flight. Once we've overcome the past, we can begin to write our own history. And okay, this is the update of the scene, is that it's an unavoidable crash with the mountain range. We should just save the pilots to get out of there, but that doesn't help us save Mum. I don't know why they can't also just grab Mum, but anyway, I digress. They come up with a different solution to get through the mountain. People in their hearts tie them all together, let the sound of hope ring out. Urging all who hear this to not give up faith, sing the chances are always greater than 0, as they make this kind of almost Apollo 13 mission to make all of this work. They even kind of look like they're in spacesuits right now, which is cool too. It's giving me big don't want to miss a thing energy. And yeah, I think Tsubasa says something to the effect of we honor the dignity of the dead as much as the living, which gets this reaction out of the girls. Even two blokes holding hands in a life or death situation too. Even they can't escape the gayness of Symphogear. Cool, then Chris spreads her legs in front of Hibiki and then does like a giant... I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at. That's a Megadeth symphony. Oh yeah, that's what she did previous in the show, of course. And she shoots a bunch of things at the K2. So she's weakened the mountain. All Hibiki needs to do now is punch a hole through the weakened part and let them through. And that is exactly what she does. We come through the other side unscathed, which is... I don't know if you guys know how thick a mountain is. Anyway, it's funny. And then the funniest line of all, K2 is now only the third highest mountain in the world because we knocked it down a little bit. That's funny. That's hilarious. That's like comedy stuff. So we continue to make our emergency landing. Oh god, look at Chris in the background here too. Just holding on for dear life. Yeah, so we make our way down the mountain. Hibiki punches some hills out of the way as we're moving. Break through towards the yet unseen future. There's no such thing as the impossible. We are each other's rock in the storm. Whatever may come, we trust each other. Yay! Our three girls trust each other. That's good. It's a change from the end of G for sure. And break through, even if we are pushed to the edge. Even if it's so tough we cry tears of blood, there is a home waiting for our return.
Oh, I actually really like this line upon editing because it's Tsubasa singing and it's really relevant for Tsubasa, so I thought that was cool. Like it's about Zesshou, I think we call it, right? The superb songs. And think about that despite everything, there's still a home. Home's a big theme in Symphogear. I liked it anyway.
Fight for it, protect it, be faithful. As we're cutting holes through mountains, punching mountains, killing mountains. What did all the mountains do? And yeah, courage crystallizes into a miracle. Again, this is seemingly our idea of the season. It just keeps it just keeps going. Like the stakes just keep raising. First it's to stop the rocket, then we got to get through the mountain, then we got to get down the hill, then there's a village in the way. Again, how many miracles are happening in this one scene, basically? Can we continue to rely on miracles such as these, maybe? Maybe that's what we're going for. People in their hearts tie them together. Let the sound of hope ring out, urging all who hear it not to give up faith. Sing, the chances are always greater than zero. I really like this last line in the melody that they continue. Kind of the da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, like kind of like that. They hit that real high note on the fourth line of the little... I don't know what you'd call it. I'm not a musical guy. That part of the song. Like, it's always in sets of fours, right, with the lyrics. And then even a fifth, again, they kind of repeat it. Fly and let light shine on this miracle. And yeah, she kind of... she doesn't suplex the rocket ship, but she kind of does. And then this is the most unbelievable part of it all. So it looks like it's going to start crushing the building. The astronaut realizes this, and then hits the juice on the rocket. Again... Have you guys seen a rocket launch? The village wouldn't be very good. But anyway, it's fine. We saved them. That's Symphogear, baby. We get a laughing Hibiki at the wreckage, and they think that she's gone insane, but nah, this is very on brand for Hibiki. And then here it is. This is the line, right? This is probably the most important line of the series, not the series, of the season so far, right? This is very predictive. I'm just so happy for the miracle that let me wear a Symphogear. Now that's a change, right? You used to hate the concert before, didn't you? So how are we going to challenge this idea of a miracle? And if they can be relied on? And if miracle's always happy? Are we going to switch sides with it all? Something to watch. Miracle was our big idea. Cool, we have a new name for the Disaster Squad. I may still call them the Disaster Squad from time to time, but apparently they are now the UN Paranormal Disaster Relief Task Force Song. So Song's pretty easy, I can call them Song. And we have a little time skip here. We see lots of help that they've been doing. Like lots of text here. Apparently they saved some people in Greece or something. There's different cases of stuff that's happened that Song has done, demonstrated through these. This is kind of what they've been up to in the meantime. And then, yeah, okay, so yeah, this is like their CV that they put together before Song, maybe? Because then this is what has happened in the very start scene. And we get a lot of exposition through these two as to what has happened in the past little bit. It's been 3 months since they saved the shuttle. Following that, the 2nd Division was reorganized into Song, a new task force under direct UN oversight. So they've moved up in the world away from just Japan. I like their little logo there too. Hang on. Yeah, look at that. Got some swords, got some piano keys. That's cool. I'd be happy if we had no more major incidents until I died, though. Cue major incident occurring. And very dramatic choir music. So apparently they're in Yokohama. So maybe they continue to be in Yokohama the next time we see them, and I got confused. Because, wait, no, this is... Hang on. What was in Yokohama? Because this is the London Eye. And this is that big dumb building, right? This is London. So what was in Yokohama? Question mark. I don't know. Either way, we have this new character being chased. She has Dwerg's Dane's Legacy. That sounds, that's like some Ireland shit, right? That sounds Irish, I think. That kind of taps into a whole Riverdance thing with the two girls. I don't know. They're in London, huh? Okay, lots to watch here. And then Witch Trials as well. It's a full-on British season. The subdued approach doesn't suit me. So you say. You are definitely very flamboyant. I am all about this. What I see on screen right now, this is perfection. I like this. Oh, the hand up too. Just gorgeous. And we zoom in a little bit more. She is evidently the one with the coins. That is her thing. She wants to put on a show. And very heavy makeup on as well. Little yellow, I guess, underlights. I don't know what you call it. Kind of the under part of the hair. She looks kind of like a clown, but like a cool clown. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, now we get into some pure slice of life stuff with Kirika and Shirabe joining Lydian. So we have Kirika, Shirabe, Chris, Hibiki, and Miku all walking to school. Or walking into school, I should say. And it's about setting a good example for Kirika and Shirabe. So Hibiki's being all touchy-feely with Chris, very excited to see her, of course. And yeah, don't care about the heat, it is evidently summer. It's very hot. It is 3 months from wherever we were at K2, which probably isn't a good indicator of the temperature anyway. And the very, very short sleeves on the uniforms, I really like it as a touch. Still keeping the red and, I guess, black and grey aesthetic of the uniform, though. And I don't think I need to analyze this too much, but I think there may be some kind of romantic implication between these two characters. Don't tell anybody else, it's our little secret. But I think they may like each other. And Hibiki's like, don't care about the heat. Nah, there's something more important. So it's mutually beneficial because Kirika likes how cold Shirabe's hands are, and then Shirabe likes doing that to Kirika's bicep in a very platonic way. And then Miku, in a very platonic way, also does it to Hibiki. And she like screams out. And this is even embarrassing Chris. So that's the level we're at. And for the second time in the scene, Chris beats Hibiki with the bag. I like the little... Did she have a toy in the previous seasons too? The little stuffed animal there? That's a nice touch. I think she did, right? When she was running away in Season 1. They're also setting up parent-teacher-student meetings. So, apparently Hibiki's grandma is going to join there. The parents aren't really in the show much. Weird. But Hibiki's grandma is going to show up at some point, which is nice. They got the same hair. It's cute. And we get to see Itaba and the gang back again, as well as seeing everybody in school swimsuits, of course, because it's anime and we have to see that. They work on Sundays. Again, this is giving me sus vibes. I don't know why. Like, Hibiki runs away from the situation in a way, right? They kind of start questioning the grandma, and she's like, I don't want to talk about this. I want to swim. Just, yeah, little red flag there. And yeah, we'll be staying up late tonight, so it'll be easier to nap in advance if we get some exercise now. It's very wishful thinking, but sure, I can never nap. Little highlight here. Okay, again, maybe I'm like on crack, but look at Miku versus the three girls. Three unassuming girls. Miku, a little bit of a concerned face, like, I know that you're hiding something a little bit. I don't know, maybe I'm just grasping at straws again. Yeah, even the zoom in there, more concerned look. I do like her with the ponytail, though. Looks a lot better with her hair tied back. Yeah, you're just acting cheerful, though. And yes, of course, Miku can tell because she's that close with Hibiki. We had a short little scene there of Hibiki getting punched in the head by the teacher again before we go into having a little party. We're going to have a watch party for the concert in London at Chris's place. Now, what I'm looking for, where's this shrine from the OVAs? That would be in her place, right? So we've all joined Chris to watch the charity live concert in London. We're glad we have a senpai to rely on. And Maria's back again. We're doing a concert with Maria and Tsubasa to start the season. as is probably tradition at this point. Imprinting on the genetic level is repeated by both singers here. Embrace despair and hope too. I think Maria says despair and then Tsubasa hope. Struggle until your life is over. Okay, I guess that has some kind of positive meaning, sure. And we get a big zoom out of the stage they're performing in. This is this isn't a real arena in London, obviously. They kind of showed it in the wide before, but yeah, it's an impressive stage for what they're going to do. And I guess I should just say that like this is awesome. Like obviously, this is the big pop off moment of the season. It's been that way in perpetuity now, and it's a pretty kick-ass rock song. The dance is well choreographed. The song fucking rocks again. And yeah, they have famous London Bridge in the background there. I'm guessing this is actually the concert hall opening up to the River Thames as well. A kiss of light and water is a premonition of love. The pastels of rainbow, as we see the waterworks start. The creation of a bunch of rainbows because it's Symphogear and we need rainbows. Even on beautiful days, something dies and something is born. Lots of talk about a start of something, right? But we're also going into a little bit of a sunset here. So we're sunsetting on the happy times, maybe. Again, maybe that's another stretch. At least let us sing I love you. And that's a big refrain from everybody attending. Like the big choir vocal there is great. Even if the world becomes a ruthless hell, at least tell each other I love you. And yeah, I love that from the crowd. Yeah, again, the big response. Very idol show. I should mention what they're doing as well. They're almost water skiing on the River Thames as the sunset happens and they're singing this awesome song. It's just cool. I don't know what to tell you. It's just awesome. The animation's great. There's less CG than I've noticed in the past too. The time of freedom has come towards the starry skies. And they're just slaying. Again, it's got huge summer vibes for me too. The summery dresses and the water. Again, directly contrasting a lot of the stuff we saw in G, where a lot of it was very cold. They were all rugged up. Saw singing Mighty Soul, and then they really hit that note. Lots of spin shit. Yeah, look at them go. It's like Tsubasa's fighting style. And then they say Stardusto, and yeah, and we all start to cry. Don't just wait for a miracle. Realize you create them with your own hands. Okay, again, this is that idea of the miracle. Don't just sit back, actively participate, try for the miracle, and then it will occur. You will get rewarded, kind of like that. But again, is this hypocritical to somebody like Carol? Right? Is that what we're setting up? Because I'm feeling inspired right now, but obviously somebody that's in a darker place would find this just very corny. Turn the bitter tears of the past into a requiem. Yeah, this is just like Disney on ice on meth. And I love it. Shine, future world. Have faith in the spiraling. What? Star-studded galaxy cross, which I'm guessing is the name of the song. And yeah, two galaxies coming together, forming a big old X. Symphogear GX. There's lots of stuff going on there. Again, I've talked about this. I feel like I talk about it in every series I do. Crossroads, intersection of two things, conflict, resolution, lots of things from two lines intersecting. This can also be seen as like, again, we got the little X here as well. We are now a team. We are family. Maria team, Tsubasa team. We are one team. That's what I'm getting from it. And yeah, it's just, again, I don't know how many ways to say it. It's just awesome. Why don't more people talk about Symphogear? And I'm channeling Itaba here, where I'm losing my mind at the performance. I'm kind of hiding her there. Hold on. Yeah, right there. Pretty cool. So this is kind of protection for her, but also protection of her from everybody else, right? So she was taken into custody, so they're protecting her and protecting people from her, and she can't really join the rest and having a normal life right now. In order for the adults to save face, she became a literal idol. I don't know what they mean by this, but sure. Like, she's forced to be an idol. But I thought she liked doing it? I don't know. And then Miku reinterprets it. What she's doing right now is ultimately for you guys to live this life you're living right now. It's a great sacrifice. Maria is trying to maintain the status quo, or a new, better status quo for Kirika and Shirabe, as well as everybody else. Also, Ayo, look at this. We're going to talk about this outfit? It's very presumptuous, sure. No, they don't. Apparently, it's in the 7th district, this fire, so it isn't in London. They tell Kirika and Shirabe to stay put because they can't fight without Linka. And then, yeah, the Pouts. Just let him cook. That's what I'm saying. Let him cook. They're good fighters. So all the bad things are happening at once. There's the fire going off, spurred on by the gun at the gas truck thing, and then whatever the hell was happening with Maria. Somebody is hiding in the background, kind of foretold by wind. Through backroom deals and manipulation of the media, the Frontier incident was swept under the rug. And here is its tainted hero, Maria. Again, I don't want to say her last name because I always butcher it, or her middle name, I guess. Anyway, are we doing a similar thing to Chris in season 2, where it's going to be about coming to terms with what you did in the past and you can't just leave the sins behind, and we're going to re-emerge all of that stuff again? Again, it's Symphogear. We're probably going in a completely different direction, but it is worth some thought, I think. And here's this new character that we found. She seemingly had a blue eye before. I don't know what that blue eye was, for sure. But she kind of soul sucks this guy through the mouth. So she's cool too, and I'm guessing that she and the other girl before, the one that was very fabulous, are related in some way. And we get some wind powers from her from the flip of the skirt here. Again, the steps, that's very tap dance. I said river dancing, but even that's almost like Spanish, right? Again, I'm not very smart. I'm sure there's a bunch of different inspirations for what she's doing. The first thing she says also is that without your Symphogear, you're useless to me. It's probably implied that she has some kind of Symphogear, or at least some kind of level of magic power. It's seemingly like we're fighting some witches that aren't exactly powered by relics, but whatever this young lass has is probably a relic, I would be guessing, right? And this idea of dancing between these two as well. Yeah, this is seemingly in Tokyo. And yeah, Carol, I think her name is making this fire. Or at least making it grow larger. Oh, and then, oh great, look at this. The little subtle movement on the eye while looking at the fire, remembering her dad, right? Who got burned at the stake. So the fire is worsening, we need Hibiki and Chris to jump in and save the day. So Maria is fighting this lady without a Symphogear. Neither has a Symphogear to my knowledge. Yeah, she's almost, hang on. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this movement in the head. She's got mannequin shit going on. I don't like this mannequin lady. I don't like that at all. Is she being fully materialized through magic? Yeah, her eyes roll back in her head there too. It looks like Mari is going to be stabbed and Hibiki jumps into the fray. And as that happens, we have our new transformation sequences. Or one of them at least. We get this idea of the relic fragments producing all of the armor and stuff, which is new. They normally had a bad implication in G, and now it's a good implication, so that's a weird one. And I guess I don't need to comment about what's on screen right now either. Yeah, that's definitely a transformation sequence, alright. Yeah, it's pretty similar to G's, I will say. There's not a great difference there, I don't think. And then into our third song of the episode. I probably won't read the last one because I would rather have I'm imagining it's the opening, and I'd rather have that one with a visual element to it as well, rather than just reading the lyrics. Resolutely, my right hand breaks through the barriers before me. The sound of determination rings in my ears. Give me the courage to shoulder the future even in despair. Very Hibiki things, of course. And she saves these people from the smoking building, even saving somebody that's way off to the side later on. It's nice to see a hero actually saving people and not being involved in other petty squabbles. Before I even think to hesitate, my fists fly out, and this is also paired with Tsubasa saving the day. Whatever waits, boldly forge on ahead, just hold my hand and we'll be fine. She also calls Maria her friend, which is nice. And we get a sword fight between these two, Tsubasa in Symphogear form and whoever this person is in whatever fighting form that they have, I guess. I break the walls and arm myself. As long as I have my song in my heart, I believe in justice and hold it tight. And she also says an auto scorer. Now what the hell does this mean? I don't know. We're gonna have to watch it to see. I don't know what an auto scorer is. Brace yourself and become the tip of the piercing spear. I hope you said your prayers. And keep it loud, and then it gets repeated. Break, boom, all the gauges. This is clearly the chorus, and it slaps. It's a very Hibiki song for sure. High energy, all about punching things and saving people, and, you know, in the shortest, fastest way possible before I can even hesitate, just act. All that kind of stuff. Great Hibiki, I I guess, emotions. I'll protect you with my hands and my song. I won't give up what I believe in. Burn as bright and hot as the sun. By the way, this is our third huge action sequence of the episode as well. Kind of the spaceship, and then the concert, and then this. It's really balls to the wall, you know? Then we're kind of repeating the chorus here again as she saves his final child. Limits? No thanks, not for me, as she like moves up and kicks the moon. Like, look how high that leg is. That's very impressive. I'll never let go of what I hold. Gripping, holding, miracles. These are ideas going forward, I guess. Then we get Twin Blade Tsubasa, which is fucking awesome. Like, fiery Twin Blade. Shine, O Moon! As we hit him with the moonlit, fiery wind blades. Yeah, and the borders are just becoming more and more extra, especially, like, this art style here now, too. Like here. It's fucking awesome. Just kind of the shadily style when we go into that version. And we have seemingly saved the day from the fire. So the way I understand it, there's been some conjecture about where this is. I think this is in whatever city they're in. I think it's Tokyo, or implied to be Tokyo. And this is in London, the other one in London with Maria and Tsubasa. I'm still confused about that establishing shot that was definitely London, though. Unless that's also what Yokohama looks like, I don't know. Maybe they're in Yokohama. So Hibiki delivers the boy and is seemingly a little bit satisfied as to what she's done, before tilting her head upwards and seeing a new character. Now, I don't know where I've heard the name Carol before, but I definitely have associated with Symphogear, so I imagine she's some kind of fan favorite. She definitely has a striking design. I really love the collar there. That's great. Big old red ribbon on the witch hat. We already had our Dark Magician girl in Kirika. And yeah, she's thinking back to when the last time she saw fire, essentially. If magics are not miracles of God, not miracles of God, then they are the tools that none shall wield. Tools of the devil that none shall wield. Getting a little bit religious. This is giving me Hughes from Fullmetal Alchemist as well, a little bit. But this is Carol's dad, and he is being... he looks like he's in the Dark Brotherhood. No, but he's being persecuted for practicing witchcraft, for being a wizard, essentially. I don't know when this is. Is this like 10 years ago, or is this like 400 years ago? It's unclear. So it says something at the world. That is your, then he burns to death. I wish that memory would just disappear. Doesn't even want to remember the experience, which I guess is fair enough. She's broken out of the trance by Hibiki screaming out to save her, essentially. Doesn't realize that she's in like a witch costume and is looking down at the fire. Did you get separated from your parents? And yeah, she shoots some magic bullshit at her. Like tornadoes, again, wind. So seemingly Chris is under attack as well. Maybe she's clashing with the one with the coins. Maria tells Tsubasa that's too much kind of force to use against the human. What are you doing? The moment we clashed swords, I knew. That thing is a monster. And look at the eyes, they're great. Oh yeah, she's cool. I like her too, actually, now. She is scary, but she's cool. And Carol Malus Deinheim alchemy will shatter the world. This is alchemy? I guess it is. Are you like transforming matter? Bringing about the apocalypse of all creation. This is seemingly our goal of the season for the baddies. Baddies? I guess this is where I'll talk about it. There is heavy implications that the girl with the red hair that's fighting Tsubasa is bad for real. There is large implications that the girl with the coins that's flipping them is bad for real. There's large implications that Carol is not bad for real. She's just misguided, right? And it's all about framing and telling like who has sympathetic motivations from the get-go and who maybe gets them later and who is just downright evil forever. Again, evil's a strong word. Of course, everybody has their motivations, but yeah, I can't see much good coming out of the two ones that are associated with the makeup. Well, there's also the little girl that's running, who is very, very much probably a good character. In other words, my power slaughters miracles. And yeah, that's the last little piece of the puzzle there. That our whole idea of miracles is coming back to be important to what I'm guessing is our main antagonist here in Carol. Again, antagonist. I think there's going to be some bigger bad coming along. But yeah, already this feels very different. They're not Symphogear users to my knowledge. They are seemingly using some kind of different magic/alchemy system. Weird. And yeah, Hibiki's going to die. She's going to get hit by the super beams from Carol. And that's when we jump into the ending credits, where the opening plays. It's a pretty awesome song, great compositionally, as have all the songs been this episode, actually. Very high energy, high tempo songs. This one takes the drums back a little bit, and I think that's appreciated as well. Has this kind of gothic choir idea too. And yeah, episode 1, The Slaughterers of Miracles. So as I said before, I'll read the lyrics with the opening next week when that happens. If this, for some reason, isn't the opening, I'll go back and read the song at a different date. But what did I think of the episode? Awesome. Got me pumped up for the rest of the day. They really know how to make a kick-ass, high-energy, high-tempo opening episode to a season. I kind of really want to watch more, but again, only time for the one episode this week, unfortunately. I'm heading into work in 40 minutes. Very cool. And that's plus not including travel time. So I better wrap this up. It's been fun, and I can't wait to watch more Symphogear. Always love the Symphogear. Please, yeah, again, comment below your thoughts, anything I may have missed, anything like that. And yeah, I don't know why I'm foregoing the Shul stuff this week, but sure, just do it. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. And yeah, back next week for more Symphogear GX. Right here. Thank you very much.